Hello, everyone. Welcome to Commentary Redemption, AJG, where I provide redemptive commentary. If you are new here, welcome. If you're an OG viewer, welcome back. Make sure to subscribe to the channel and click on that notification bell so you'll be notified when I drop new videos. Now that we got the introductions out the way, let's get started. In this video, we'll explore the 7 deadly sins. We'll break down each one and identify the subtypes that lead to spiritual and or physical death, as these are the consequences of sin. So, without further ado, let's get right into it. The 7 deadly sins, as traditionally defined in Christian tradition, are not explicitly listed as such in the Bible. However, the Bible does address each of the 7 sins, which are pride, greed, lust, envy, gluttony, wrath, and sloth. These sins are harmful behaviors or attitudes that are condemned and can lead to severe spiritual and or physical consequences if left unchecked. Here is a full breakdown of these sins and their scriptural references. Deadly sin number 1, pride. Pride, often considered the root of all sin, is linked to numerous other transgressions, including vanity, greed, lust, envy, wrath, sloth, and gluttony. It also linked to idolatry, as it can lead to prioritizing oneself over God. Pride, in the sense of excessive self love and a refusal to acknowledge one's dependence on God, is seen as the opposite of humility, which is considered a foundational virtue. As Proverbs 16:18 warns, pride goes before destruction and an haughty spirit before a fall. This, is in a sense, serves as a warning about the dangers of being blinded by pride. Pride rejects corrections to truths that contradict personal desires, which can ultimately lead to death depending on the danger that pride puts you in. When you reject truth or correction, believing you possess all the knowledge, you become blinded to potential dangers due to this sin. Deadly sin number 2, greed. Greed is considered a root cause or a catalyst for various transgressions, including theft, fraud, lying, and neglect of loved ones. Greed can manifest as hoarding, selfishness, and a constant desire for more, regardless of one's actual needs. Greed can damage relationships with family, friends, and even God, as it prioritizes material possessions over human connection and spiritual well being. This sin can lead to neglecting moral values, stealing, lying, taking financial advantage of others, and even violence to obtain what greed leads you to deeply desire. In Mark chapter 8, verses 36 to 37, it states, "For what shall it profit a man, though he should win the whole world if he loses his soul? Or what exchange shall a man give for his soul?" Deadly sin number 3, lust. Lust is an intense or unbridled sexual desire that leads to sinful acts such as fornication, sexual crimes, and adultery. Interestingly, it can also encompass desires for money or power, as people can fall in love with these desires. A man by the name of Henry Edward Manning describes lust as corrupting, transforming one into the slave of the devil. The Bible warns that lust leads to other sins. For example, in 1 Timothy 6:9 says, "They that will be rich fall into the temptation and a snare, and into many foolish and hurtful lusts, which drown men in destruction and perdition." Deadly sin number 4, envy. Envy is one of the 7 deadly sins and is often linked to other sins such as hatred, detraction, calumny, and joy at the misfortune of others. It can also lead to sins like resentment, gossip, and even violence. Envy is characterized as a deep seated discontentment with another person's life, qualities, blessings, and a desire to see them harmed or their success diminished. As Proverbs 14:30 states, "A sound heart is the life of the flesh, but envy is the rottenness of the bones." This is a warning about how this sin can cause its evil to consume you and lead to violent consequences for the people that are involved. Deadly sin number 5, gluttony. Gluttony, often associated with excessive food and drink consumption, can be extended to other areas of life. For instance, it can be linked to excessive sex, drinking, or even drug use. This is because gluttony is closely related to greed and lust, which can lead to laziness, disobedience, and wastefulness. Gluttony is often associated with idolatry because the things we can't get enough of become prioritized over everything else. This leads to the person plagued by gluttony to become, in a sense, worshiping these things like a god. This is why we are advised in Romans chapter 6, 13 to 14. "Neither give ye your members as weapons of unrighteousness unto sin, but give yourselves unto God. As they that are alive from the dead, give your members as weapons of righteousness unto God. For sin shall not have dominion over you, for ye are not under ye law, but under grace." Deadly sin number 6, wrath. Wrath is closely associated with other sins, particularly those involved uncontrolled anger, hatred, and the desire for vengeance. It can also lead to harmful thoughts, speech, and actions, and is often fueled by pride and a lack of humility. Moreover, wrath can lead to other sins such as lust, greed, gluttony, envy, and even violence. This is why we are advised in Romans chapter 12, verses 19. Dearly beloved, avenge not yourselves, but rather give place unto wrath, for it is written, vengeance is mine, and I will repay, saith the Lord. Last but not least, deadly sin number 7, sloth. Sloth isn't just about being lazy. It's also about not caring about important things or spiritual duties. It's not like wanting to put any effort, whether it's physically or spiritually. Sloth can slow up as procrastination, being careless, or avoiding things that need effort or could help you grow spiritually. This is why we are warned in Proverbs chapter 19, verses 15, that slothfulness causeth to fall asleep, and the deceitful person shall be famished. This proverb highlights the consequences of laziness and idleness. It emphasizes that a lack of diligence leads to negative outcomes, both physically and spiritually, in all areas of your life. In summary, the main categories of sin are all interconnected and all lead to Satan and the fallen angels. Matthew chapter 12, verses 43 to 45 warns that when an unclean spirit leaves a person, it seeks rest but finds none. It returns to his house only to find it empty, swept, and garnished. Then it takes 7 worse spirits and dwells there, resulting in a worse end than the beginning. This teaches that letting in one spirit leads to the rest following. Take heed of these warnings and avoid being condemned by these evil entities. Give your life to Christ to be set free from the bonds of sin and enjoy the true freedom that can only be found in a life that's covered by and submitted to Jesus Christ. Let me know your thoughts on this topic in the comments, and please consider liking and sharing this video with others to help spread the gospel. For more deep dives on other biblical topics and teachings, please check out my YouTube channel for more content like this. Please remember that it is our duty to spread the true gospel of Christ so that we can help Yahuwah save as many souls as we can. God bless and stay safe.